tough in.
They went off the beaten path a little bit in game number 1, but it did not work out for them. Now, there's no shame in losing to this. At least you're being able to go out in your own style. Just, is it a good style? Mid lane bounty hunter.
Yeah, they have really active 4 heroes on the side of Azure, and Faceless Void can kind of do his own thing, very independent, survivable carry. Should do fine against Mars. He's not threatened by the level 6 or anything. So it's going to come down to whether or not the bounty hunter I feel like a lot of bounty hunters we see, they own in lane, and then they don't ever get to take fights and capitalize on the track. So what is Azure going to do from the 10 to 15 minute mark, I think is going to decide this game.
Yeah, but on top of that, whenever you see bounty hunter in the game, you look at the enemy supports. Can you potentially bully the supports? Lion looks like a support that you could potentially bully if the bounty hunter is snowballing and Lion's not really happy.
See in a new patch when teams experiment and, you know, bring out some sort of flavor, as we've seen in the previous game as well from Azure. But this one could be dicey. The panel already talked about Bounty's weaknesses, right? It either gets rolling or it doesn't. It's a pretty binary hero in that mid lane.
Now let's check it out, see what XM is going to be able to pull off with it. As Azure, they need this win, otherwise they will be hurried. At least compared to their performance yesterday, there were some positives that Azure could have taken away from the first game of the series.
I wonder if this is like some coaching input here that they feel like, okay, the way we're going to beat this classic is bounty hunter support and, for example, Tinker mid, like heroes that just use the vision to constantly deal damage. So I'm a little bit concerned about where the track kills are going to come from. Your supports don't have the most damage ever. Your carry is a Faceless Void. The panel talked about that, how he doesn't have the best pairings to deal damage in Chrono. Liquids look, I would say, just a bit more stable overall.
So the
3-for-1 rune trade.
For first blood here, Tianming is getting blocked off on the retreat. This will be first blood. They're trying to give it to the core. They'll get it. Saberlight takes down Tianming. Low, he's got Time Warp, so we'll have to pop it to get away. But the stun, in fact, is back up. And with the Time Warp gone, he can't get out of this. It's a double kill for Saberlight. I mean, last game we saw Nisha get a double kill at the start of the game. This game we get a Saberlight with a double kill at the beginning of the game. I don't think, has there ever been a series in Dota 2 where the 2 games had one of the...
The most important thing if you're playing core bounty hunter is not
He's coming for the money.
Yep. He will go for it.
Oh, okay. goes for the deny. That's also effectively the money taken away from Nisha.
It's a bigger gold trade to deny
That
to
actually,
hit him once.
That's true, level 1. Now we'll get some money. Yeah, Leon can very much get away with these sort of moves. Very difficult for Nisha to offer up the damage required to threaten the bounty in the first few levels.
For an item, but bounty hunter will want
Bottom lane.
Okay.
Well, and Tianming, they're able to find an opportunity to kill off Saberlight.
Not a lane I was going to look at for a kill.
No, not at all.
That is very surprising.
On
That's
top,
a
Jin
Rubik kill Mars here. Not really sure how they built that up, but well done by Azure.
Let's take a walk back to base. Top lane. Success. Gonna get aggressive and in on top of Insania. Look at the pop with the Inkswell. They'll get the kill. Should easily be able to back off from this. I mean, Mikke's trying.
High level stuff from Boxy. XM will close in on level 6. Nisha already has it, so ahead by half a level now. Top lane, XXS.
Should be able. Oh no, he can't charge out of it because Insania's got the pullback. And that will set up for Mikke to take him down.
Below the chain stuns into the tree. Will time walk off. No damage at all, as a matter of fact. But we'll deal some in return.
And Boxy should be fine here. Unless Tianming can find the last few right clicks, but the Duke's around the trees. Oh, he's got him. Well played there for Tianming, able to read the plans are in terms of his item build up this game. It's the phase into how
they want to get Saberlight. He has the arena though, he's first to move.
He's quick in response. To get the backup in and the damage done to take down this Mars. Saberlight, he's caught by the time dilation. We'll push back the Void with this spear. But with the Phantom's Embrace upon him, a few more right clicks and the burst of Tianming, they'll take him down.
Here comes
also
the track.
Up with the track. Do they want to dive this tower though? I don't think they do. Despite the fact they have the 4 of them, they won't be able to chase for more there.
The worst possible scenario for Bounty Hunter. You show up right after the first kill that you didn't track, and the guy you track you can't dive. So again, XM not really accomplishing anything.
He's falling
here.
behind here, bottom of the net worth of all the cores right now.
Yeah, he's choosing to skill Shadow Walk now instead of the 4th point in Janata. That has to just be the choice, right? You need to get active out here on the map. We'll lose a big chunk of his mana here, but...
Yeah, I mean, it definitely feels like, you know, when you play the mid-bounty like this from behind, you know, he's having to go for BKB by the looks of it as his first item. It's just a lot of reliance on your teammates, right, to do the damage, get the kills. You're just going to try and offer up that additional crack to get the extra money.
North. Gets trapped.
And he's got backup here, Boxy. See if they can take Boxy down in time. He's able to turn with the stun. He's walking this off. We've also got the Azure appearing to the fight. They're ready to fight this. XM will be able to finish off Boxy, but they're going to lose both Xinkyu and XXS for this.
Double
XM.
track. Okay.
He's going to have Shadow Walk back up in a second, but Nisha, he's caught him with the tornado. They'll throw out the XM. They'll get him. He's gone. I mean, that was a big dive, really, from Azure map, and very likely respond to any time that XM tries to poke at these side lanes.
And it's such an early Vessel with 3 charges as well, right? So the responses that you have against the tanky hero like Primal Beast or the extra damage to kill the Faceless Void in the side lanes could very well come in handy for him. He's even running around with a Sentry Ward, so in case he finds an opportunity against Bounty, he could get him. Wouldn't mind seeing him buy a Dust as well, but things are covered. Top lane, Mickey.
Can go for him. He's able to get the bug off in time. Ult's popped and TPs are coming in. Low does have the Chronosphere. If Azure want to try and fight this, Nisha TPs in. The Rune is going to be dropped down as well as the Spear. They'll fully focus Xinkyu. Xinkyu will fall low. He's pretty much out of mana. They get the Tornado upon him. The stun follow-up from Nisha. They're controlling him. He's able to jump up to the high ground. Can he get back in to help out XXS? He cannot. He's just got to abandon this fight completely as XXS is dead. Full retreat now for XM and Low. Low will be able to take the Twin Gate out of there. XM on the run. Trying to force these fights though, and that was sort of a situation where they did have their ultimates available. They had the Chronosphere, but they just couldn't find an opportunity to really lay things down. And I think sort of as maybe they can get Insania. I'll get themselves a little bit of a freebie here to the side, XM and Tianming. Yeah, as for these team fights, I mean, this one might not even be over. Nisha to get something done around Low's Chrono. At the moment from Liquid, just Saberlight in the area. See how carefully opts to play. Now that the track's been thrown down, he'll be aware they're looking at him. They'll try and turn with a spear, but they've got the control. The telekinesis and the silence, nothing to be done by Saberlight. XM picks up the track kill.
Yeah, so every time he does a 3-man kill like this, there's 210 bonus gold. He gets 130 himself, his teammates got 40. So, you know, it's big. Every core kill Bounty Hunter finds is big. It's going to keep looking for more of that. Wonder if Liquid are going to try some adjustments with their hero placements to maybe cover Saberlight a little bit more. Generally, if you're playing against Bounty, I think it
could be another little track kill here. Found Insania. Do they have enough damage? TPs are coming in from a couple of them. Insania's going to turn with the Sinister Gate, throw out the Chain Frost. He will die for this, but XM under the tower. They have the Chronosphere.
Well,
but he's taken tower damage. It was a nice effort there from Low, trying to save XM, but unfortunately XM also gets clipped in it, and now Low could be in trouble himself. He'll time walk, but Mickey and Saberlight, they're ready to dive. The arena's up, they'll kill off Low as well, and now XXS is pretty much TP'd into his potential death. He's on his own. The Sunstrike comes crashing down upon him. They'll lose 4 here, Azure. As these fights not going their way, just an awkward moment there. You could see the intention from Low. He wanted to save XM, but if anything, only caused him extra.
A little bit of a head scratcher there for XXS as well, arriving on Primal Beast, doing essentially nothing except feed away an additional kill. Azure crumbling a little bit here, just not good enough.
He's going to be laid down. Boxy's going to get in here off the 2 of them. We'll back off, and XM and Xinkyu, they've also got Tianming by their side.
This bottom tower is not long for life.
XM.
He's so farmed on Nisha. He's got Solar Crest Vesselman at 50.
Tianming trying to get him for the sidelines. I mean, XM's getting the tracks laid down. Further TP's coming in. Is there any chance for Azure in this team fight? They'll get knocked back to XXS though, so he won't be able to initiate straight away with the onslaught. Soul Mind's there. They'll take Insania out. The connection with the double Fade Bolt coming onto the 2 of them. XM continuing to try and chase forward. XXS, can he close the gap on Nisha? He can. We'll grab him with the ultimate, but Mickey has arrived, and Mickey, he's ready for the cleanup. He'll pop the ult, beat into XXS. XXS unable to move away in time as the swipes stack up. Double kill for Mickey. The arena's up from Saberlight, traps in XXM. They're going to be able to get another. As Azure, they're so desperately looking to try and make these fights work, but as it was to be in the end of game 1, that they've had to match up to, in particular, kind of this duo of Nisha and Mickey.
Oh, he already has Axe on Ursa, so opting to grab this as, yeah, we're going to see Tianming killed off here in the top lane. Took them a while, but they got there.
Yeah, Boxy will take that.
So Ursa's going to buy the Ags here as a counter to close to a BKB on Bounty Hunter. That will give him more freedom in the fight. It's only going to make matters worse. Anyone else close to anything on Azure, BKB from Primal quite far off. That blade mail has just really not paid off whatsoever.
No,
Low's BKB is also very, very far. So upcoming 5 minutes, probably just all Liquid. Midas now. Is Nisha just getting a new item every 3 minutes? Is that what's going on here?
It certainly feels like it.
Pretty good.
4-0-5. Been playing flawlessly.
There it is. BKB for XM.
How's Liquid? They're ready with the setup.
It feels like the key ability in this game right now is going to be the Soulbind, right? You need Jin-Q to set up a good Soulbind so you can get double Fade Bolt, double Shuriken, double Track, and get those heroes low enough that they'll come in.
He's in with the jump. He's been able to get the arena in onto the three of them. They throw
Oh,
the
that's a
chain
good
front as
chain.
well. They'll get the stolen arena, but I don't think it will matter. As they've lost Jin-Q low, he's in with the Chrono. Has he got the damage? They've taken out Instania. He's trying to focus Nisha, but Boxy's able to turn with the Hex low. Jumps forward over towards Boxy. Deafening Glass pushes back low, but they killed off Boxy. If they can find anything more, they'll lose XXS. Low trying his best to clean up this fight. Nisha will fall. It's only Mickey and Instania left. They've got the Fable and the two of them. Low's going to continue to push on. They take the Aegis out of the hands and send them to Instania. They're ready to go for round two onto Mickey after this Aegis. They'll catch him with the silence. Azure Ray, they hit back hard. A team wipe for them. The tier 1 will be going down in the mid lane. They make it work. They absolutely do. This time round, the Chronos.
I'm sure we'll get it again once
There we
get
go,
that in the
pumped
full
up,
screen, yeah.
absolutely. Azure Ray, they had a tough series yesterday. They had a tough game 1 here today,
my
but this
God,
swing
look at
back,
that.
this punch back here in game 2, it's got to feel fantastic for Azure Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe might have to start considering more than just the Saberlight BKB. I don't know if that's going to cut it if you keep getting caught by these massive spell combos with the Soulbind.
Yeah, it was sort of, honestly, sort of the support duo of Azure Ray in that fight that I felt really did a lot in controlling Mickey. You see, it was sort of between the stolen arena that kind of held him at the back of the fight, and then
A little bit, maybe start planning for a second Roche. It's quite far away. The early respawn is 4 minutes.
they're ready to go again, Azure Ray.
Yeah, they
Got Chrono back up.
talk about momentum. You just want to keep going, right? Once you've tasted the gold as Bounty Hunter, you just want more. It's quite addictive to play aggressive as Bounty. So, going to be looking for anything he can. And the nice thing about smoking with Bounty Hunter, even if you find a support, it still doesn't feel that bad, you know? Like other lineups, maybe not the best kill. If they find one hero here, it's
Don't move.
1,000 gold. Oh. Don't find him.
Oh, smoke's going to be dispelled. Looks like they didn't notice, though. They're TPing out of there.
That's some S-tier awareness to stand in that spot at that time and actually, so. Makes you wonder if that's the right approach here in this game. So we'll have to wait and see. Shiva's on the way for XXS. Gets the Veil first, of course.
They've got a very strong fight now.
3K away, but you know, step by step.
And with the Soulbind and with the Aghanims now on XM, a lot of Liquid's heroes will die in the Chronosphere.
Yeah, and a BKB pulverized too, right?
Yeah.
You've got to be very, very careful with your positioning. I think if a good Soulbind comes out, the fight's already doomed if you're not very careful.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the
Dire's top tower has fallen.
around the Chronosphere at this point, it's not easy for Liquid. They have to somehow get the jump on the Void or bait out an unfavorable Chronosphere.
Dire's
XM.
top tower is under
He's got the BKB, quick with the reaction there to make sure he doesn't get caught in the Spear Arena combo.
Oh, the Gossamer Cave. I was like, why, how did he miss? Yeah, that's a good item against Bounty Hunter, let me tell you. Gossamer Cape on the Lion, definitely the right item to choose here. Void getting jumped.
Saberlight, he's going to get in with the opening, but Lowe's able to time walk up to the high ground, he's fine. Soulbind's going to get thrown down as well as the Phantom's Embrace. The bounce is coming in there, bringing Saberlight very, very low.
Double Fade Bolt, double Shuriken Toss. He lost like 1,600 health on them. Definitely be next on the menu. Taking away Roche number 2 from Ursa is huge.
Yeah. I mean, Liquid's going to know that they're looking for this. So Liquid, the smoke comes out. Mickey is the one at the front of this effort.
He will be spotted.
Azure Ray, they'll know that this sort of play is being made. They won't imagine that Mickey's on his own. It's like Liquid trying to cut off the back lines of Azure Ray, but XM avoiding this nicely.
Quite awkward position here for the Bounty. He will have to run through the entire enemy team to get to his own.
But at the same time, if a fight kicks off, he can start chipping away at the back lines.
He has
Liquid might not
Arcane Rune
expect
as well
it.
on the Bounty.
So they
Low
start
get
things
jump.
off.
It's fine.
With the silence thrown down, XXS is going to open things up on the Sableye. Sableye has to put the BKB, he'll get control through it, but for now, by the ultimate. BKB soon coming to an end. Mickey's going to jump in towards XXS. Boxy will be able to hold back XM with a stun, but there's the Chrono. He's out onto the two of them, lows him with the damage. Sablite's out. Same to be said for Boxy. It's a clean 2 kills off the back of that Chrono for Low, and he's not done yet. Tianming with a stolen Sinister Gaze controls Insania. Triple kill for Low. They continue to look for this cleanup. Boxy will buy back. But I don't know if Liquid's rectifying this team fight as Low and XM. They can run down at Mickey and Nisha. Mickey will try and fight back. They'll push back Low with a deafening blast. The blast, the stolen finger, in fact, I believe, from Tianming, but it was onto the enraged Ursa Low. Sticking low to the Spirit Vessel, but have time will back up again. See if he wants to stand his ground. The Stone Strike will come down upon him, but Low, he's surviving through it all. He knows his limits, gets back in there. I mean, they get a team wipe and more. That was like 6 kills for Azure team fights. The gold swings every single time. Massively in Azure's favor. They get the Aegis and Cheese.
To wait out the full Aegis.
I think you might. Do you really want to fight into this Aegis and Cheese? I don't know if you do.
I think you don't, but
They'll try for pickoffs.
Okay.
See if they can burst through XXS
BKB
quite quick
Cheese.
enough. They can't at all. BKB Cheese, he's back up to full HP, and he's ready to turn. Gets the grab onto Sableye. Sableye puts the BKB, but it's too late. He's gone. And maybe even more. Mickey been soulbound here.
Yeah, this is going to be quite the awkward.
I mean, he's going to end up getting linked here over towards Nisha. The bounce is coming in with the Shuriken. Plenty of gold flying back the way of XM. Now get out with their lives. Those that are being thrown down onto the soulbound targets. It's a lot for Liquid to try and survive through. And as we're seeing, even if they do live through the initial bursts on Liquid, they're just not quite...
I think you can't save him as Rubik. It goes too fast. If you lift and try to throw him away, he might have died beforehand. So it's on Jin-Q to be
On
fast.
XXS. See if they can burst him here. Lows in with the backup. He's got the Chrono out of the two of them. He'll straight away focus Nisha. Nisha's going to be going down. BKB's popped. He's ready to stay on top of Mickey. XXS has got the grab, has the control, as Mickey will also fall. Liquid, they try their chances.
So you're in that enraged as Ursa, and you burn your entire enrage just sitting in a primal stun that can't be stopped by anyone on the enemy team. So, yeah. Pretty tough situation. If you have popped it already, you kind of need to save it until you get pulverized, but
Dire's bottom tower has
had used it there, and XXS
I mean,
capitalizes massively. This should be a lane of barracks.
They might be able to get a huge amount done here because Low, he's just picked up the refresher. So if he sees a chance to just quickly pop out with the second Chrono to really do the damage here, he'll take it.
Oh, is that stolen Alacrity? Oh, you betcha. That's
Dire's bottom tower.
a 350 damage void per hit with nice attack speed. You know, Frost Shield is going to delay things a bit, but yeah, okay, whatever. We'll go to another lane, says Low, gets Alacrity again. So being a bit annoying here. And a drained XXS almost dry now.
I mean, with Mickey having no buyback, and even if he did,
Dire's middle barracks
there's just nothing they can seemingly do to push them back. See Nisha throw down the combo, but Low's easily able to sidestep it and get back on with the push. Now force the fortification out.
They are going to respect this. So honestly, nice hold by Liquid to not lose barracks here. I think that was a quite unlikely outcome for them to be able to do this cleanly.
They're going to try and sneak Roshan, I think.
Yeah.
Because Mickey's back up, he can TP over. He's on the top half of the map, of course, here during the night time. They're going to try and go for this quicker than Azure would potentially expect. But I think you know, surely Azure will try and check this out.
This is the most likely play for Liquid to do under pressure, so I do think they will expect it, but I think you still got to go for it.
I think you have to take this risk as Liquid, yeah.
And this is awkward now, because Liquid don't see the Azure. Now they see someone. Now they see Low on the ward, and they also see XXS, so they know they're headed this way. They know they're not getting smoked at least, but feel like they won't have the time to take it.
I mean, Chrono's naturally back up as well now, so they'd have to face the threat of two
it's
Chronos.
modeled DD too.
Liquid, they're hanging around though.
Okay.
Do they really want to take this fight? I think this might be a smoke and retreat, fighting into the DD and the double Chronosphere. They're still hanging about here, Liquid. Actually feeling that they've got to try something. Mickey showing on the wave.
Name of the game here for Azure is Get Vision. You see heroes, this Void is going to solo kill 2 or 3 of them with this double damage, as well as Refresher.
I mean, it looks like they are trying to sort of bait here with Mickey. Mickey just running straight in on them, trying to force some sort of response. They do get the catch on the bounty on the side. They found XM in the trees. Can they burst in the gap? Low's in with the Chrono. He's caught the 3 of them. Takes out Foxy. Over towards Nisha. He throws. XXS with the controller to stabilize. There's the second Chrono. He's going to make sure he's got the control to take out Nisha. Nisha cannot go walk away from this. As Low, he continues to clean up. Triple kill for him on the backlines. Liquid trying to hold back XXS, but the BKB's up. He comes crashing towards them. The remaining members of Liquid, they've got to run, they've got to hide. Saberlight's in the trees, does get pinged out, but doesn't look like Azure will come looking for him. Liquid able to cut their losses a little bit there. And Azure coming out on top again. Over to the Roche they go. They themselves will secure this Roshan.
I think that could have actually gone even worse for Liquid. I think Low a little bit slow on the second chrono there. Could have maybe got both heroes again in the second one. But still, tell here what Azure's plan is. They're smoking the other 4 behind so that they can offer that protection. It's particularly for the support's sake that they're smoked here so they can keep that good position and not get surprised.
Okay. So you get caught by the telekinesis. Trying to play around with him. He'll get the enrage of Saberlight. He'll jump the backlines with the arena. Up his BKB, they're trying to burst through Tianming, but Tianming's perfectly fine. He's still at 50% HP. They could have threatened this Rubik. So the telekinesis away from this. Low will kill off Boxy. Mickey's trying to chase, really wants to kill these supports, but the silence is back up for GQ. He turns with the Phantom's Embrace. Mickey's getting surrounded. He's got to retreat now. He's got to run. He'll get the enrage up before the Phantom's Embrace connects, but XXS in on top of him, grabs him, slamming him down into the ground. Mickey's gone. Liquid, they've got to continue to run. As the slow catches over towards the side, they've found themselves the Mars, they've found themselves Saberlight. The buyback comes out from Mickey, the buyback comes out from Saberlight. Nisha picked apart here by Low. As Low straight onto the barracks, he's still got a chrono ready to drop as well.
Doesn't quite have the mana for it just yet though.
He's got it now. It's the jump and there's the chrono. Mickey ends up walking into the edge of it. Low's ready to try and clean up this game. He'll look towards Saberlight, finish at the Mars. It's a dieback for Saberlight. Mickey desperately jumping away back towards the fountain, but the Shuriken mounts are out. XM finishing instead with a hard-hitting Janada hit. So at least Mickey will be able to heal up a little bit in the fountain. He's actually going to jump back in aggressively. We'll get Tianming. Same with the BKB closing in over towards Mickey, but the ice wall's down, so they won't cross it. We're trying their best to hold the defense low. He's closed the gap onto Nisha. They've got the track, they've got the detection here as Nisha's out as well. No buyback left for him. And Stadia to fall. It's only Mickey and Boxy left in the game, trying to fight the full team of Azure. They'll find Jin Q. Mickey, can he really do this on his own? Boxy comes in with a clutch stun and burst to take Tianming down. But there's nothing left for Mickey to play with. He will fall. Boxley, the last man standing, also to be taken out. And just more than a TY pit for Azure. What a game from them. After a rough series yesterday, a tough game 1 here today against Liquid. This game 2, it all came together, and it came together around a bit of a different strat. This last pick Bounty Hunter, it was slow to start off, but it really, really did help in getting the ball rolling, and the amount of gold advantage they were able to build against Liquid. They got all the items they wanted to play with. The supports were having a great time, and Liquid, they just were not able to scale the same way that Azure were here, Sind.
No, it's kind of funny. We were